And welcome. This is Sean Schroeder with Coastal Virginia Karate. Often I'm heard telling my students, I want you to learn the kata and the karate, but I want you to make it your own. I don't want you becoming a carbon copy of me. I don't want your Nahachi Shodan to look exactly like mine. I want you to figure out how to interpret the kata to embody your spirit and what you envision it meaning. I want what you're envisioning in your head as you're working any kata to manifest itself in your movements. So when I'm watching my students do kata, I want to be able to visualize what they may be doing in a kata. I want them to bring it to life in their brain, in their mind, in their inner self. And I want it to manifest and become part of the kata. You know, I'm out here in this park. I love the parks in Virginia Beach. Isn't this nice? I'm waiting for a private student to come in and meet me for a private lesson. So I decided to take this time to make a quick video rant. So talking about embodying, owning a kata. Ideally, we want to take the kata. It's a template. Everyone's going to do the same thing, the same block, punch, kick, step movement. But it's the interpretation, the energy, the expression of the kata that has to be unique to the individual. We call it the essence. We want the essence of the kata to come alive in the individual doing it. Otherwise, if it's not coming alive, it has no meaning, it has no substance to it, then all you're doing is dancing. And if you want to dance, that's fine. You know, there's exercise components to doing a dance kata. But when it comes to self-defense, it has little value just to run through it quickly or run through it specifically. So another idea would be kata. You can do kata in such a way that it's technically correct. You know, your block is even with your eyes. Your arm's exactly 45 degrees out. Your stance is perfectly low, perfectly high, whatever it should be. It's technically correct. But it becomes boring. It has, again, no essence, no personality. So when you're practicing kata or practicing concepts, it doesn't matter whether you're Taekwondo or your Wing Chun or your Okinawan Shorin-Ryu or your Gojo-Ryu, your Ishi-Ryu, it doesn't matter what you practice. Make the kata an expression of yourself. Own it. Have the kata and what you're doing manifest in outward of the body so people can see it. That's where it becomes evident that you're a martial artist, not just someone doing a kata for the sake of preservation. And that's another issue I have a problem with when it comes to traditional karate. Many people, or many practitioners, do kata to preserve the Okinawan culture. Well, that's nice, but I'm not Okinawan. I'm an American. I understand the idea of preserving the kata, but I want to preserve it for my benefit, for my needs, for my students' needs, and to make them a better rounded martial artists. I want the essence of that kata to mean something. So when we're doing the different movements, I want it to make sense. We're just not doing the kata for the sake of doing kata. There's some schools that separate kumite from kata. They're the same thing. The way you practice kata is the way you're going to fight and the way you're going to defend yourself. Weapon katas. In my mind, weapons, in the practice of weapons, you are reinforcing open hand. And open hand kata, you're reinforcing weapons. And all of this works together. I've always said that weapon kata, open hand kata, one side to the same coin. You can't have one or the other. So those are my thoughts on Okinawan karate, or karate in general, the essence of karate, and the use of karate, and making it your own, and owning it. Be yourself in your karate. Don't try to be someone else. Make the karate your own. You know, here's one last point. Recently I was at another dojo, and one of the participants I was fighting with, sparring with, asked me if I was really an Okinawan Shorin-Ryu practitioner. I said, yes. Why? He said, because the way you're moving, the way you're fighting, the way you're standing, the way you're doing things, it's kind of like Wing Chun. So I'll leave it at that. It's my own interpretation of Okinawan Shorin-Ryu. Take care, be well. Until next time.